We are taking a academic initiative for collaborations with the Tribhuvan University of Nepal as well as with the Pokhara University. Noida International University is more than a decade old university. It's been approved, recognized by the UGC. We have School of Nursing, we have School of Management, School of Law, Legal Law and Studies, School of Liberal Arts and Sciences. We have the School of Finishing Arts, Architecture. Like this, we have the 11 schools. If you are skilled, then only you are employable. The whole purpose of the education, what I believe in, is education to employment. This is E to E, education to employment, employment to empowerment.
Avsar, telecasting global opportunities.
Hello and namaste. Welcome to Avsar program. This program is all about education, educational news, views and career. We are time and again visiting in different study destinations and showcasing you the fresh information about study options and opportunities. Today I am going to talk about Study in India program. Why Nepali students could have choose India for their higher education. To give you full information about it, we have very special guest from Noida International University. She is none other than Vice-Chancellor of University, Professor Dr. Uma Bhardwaj. Let's welcome her to the show. Uma ma'am, you are welcome on our show.
Namaskar.
Namaste. Okay, you have really a wonderful experience. I think it has been 3 decades on your academia. So you are visiting here in Nepal and talking with our television team, and it's really wonderful experience for us as well, so that we will be able to clear about the opportunities in India. So first of all, would you please tell us something about your Nepal visit for this time?
First of all, I'm Dr. Uma Bhardwaj, Vice-Chancellor of Noida International University, located in Noida, which is called the NCR region of Delhi in India. First of all, I want to say my namaskar to all Kathmandu people here in Nepal. Kathmandu is a beautiful place, and I thought before we start our initiative for academic collaboration with Nepal, we first went to Pashupatinath Mandir for darshan, so that the start of the journey should be good with the blessings of Lord Shiva. The purpose of visiting the Kathmandu is we are taking a academic initiative for collaborations with the Tribhuvan University of Nepal as well as with the Pokhara University of Nepal. The purpose of whole collaboration is that whenever we go for any kind of academic or research collaboration, our purpose academic, whenever we talk about, this is a synonymous with the research when we talk about the universities. Enhancement in the education system, building up new heights to the education system, looking for the exchange programs for the student, faculty members and administrators in the education sector. And we want that the Nepalese student to come and study in our country so that we can give more skilled professionals to your country, that is Nepal. Because as you know, India is doing so well in the education sector, and we feel that in Nepal there is a lot of potential for the paramedical students, for medical education as well as for the nursing. In India we can provide you a very good education, a quality education through the Noida International University for the medical students, for paramedical students and for the nursing students, as well as for the all biological sciences courses, because I feel in Nepal there is a lot of potential for the biological sciences students. So this is the whole purpose of visiting Nepal, for taking the initiative for academic collaboration with you.
Okay, so nice to know about the collaboration, and let's have a talk about the Noida International University's teaching pedagogy and standard of the education. How do Noida International University is delivering globally standard education on affordable cost?
Noida International University is more than a decade old university. It's been approved, recognized by the UGC. All the courses in the Noida University, International University, wherever we require the approvals of the statutory bodies. I hope you understand. We have a medical college. It's very well recognized by NMC. As you know, the MCI is now being replaced by the NMC in our country, National Medical Council. Noida International University has 12 schools in place. We have the School of Medical Sciences, we have the School of Engineering, we have School of Nursing, we have School of Management, School of Law, Legal Law and Studies, School of Liberal Arts and Sciences, we have the School of Finishing Arts, Architecture. Like this, we have the 11 schools. Any course you talk about, we can facilitate all the international and national student for the different type of courses. I must say we have more than 75 plus courses running in the Noida International University. The whole purpose of the Noida International University to impart a quality education to the students. This is how we believe into the hands-on training. We want to generate the skilled professionals. If you are skilled, then only you are employable. The whole purpose of the education, what I believe in, is education to employment. This is E to E, education to employment, employment to empowerment. So this is the whole purpose of any university should be. And the purpose of the Noida International University is when the student come and take admission in our university. That's the input. Output, when the university passes out of the university, take a degree. But the outcome, which we call the career pathing of the university, is very, very important. Our complete emphasis, the pedagogy is in such a manner that the student should be either employable after getting a degree from the Noida International University, or if the student aspire to go for a higher education abroad in India, should be able to achieve that. Number 3, or they should be the entrepreneur. They're skilled in such a manner. So we believe in the quality education, and this is what we are trying to inculcate in our student.
Okay, so let's flashback the COVID situation once. Especially talking about that situation really terrible, and how do Noida International University help to international student a pandemic situation?
See, during the pandemic, when the complete lockdown was announced in our country in India on 23rd of March 2020, actually it was the challenge for all the academicians in the country. We had the responsibility that how to take care of the education system now. By that time, if truly speaking, when we talk about the digital education, the faculty members were not well versed with it. We really did not know what all platform to use for. But truly speaking, gradually, we have adopted different digital platforms. There were so many good softwares were there available in the market, because then the software companies were also started working on it. A lot of R&D was there, and suddenly a lot of platform was available for giving the online teaching to the students. We tried our level best. That I wouldn't say that online teaching was at par with the offline teaching, but yes, we could match 70% of the offline teaching. The teachers learned the importance of virtual education, and actually the virtual, what actually virtual means, that we have all understood during the COVID-19. For our national and international students, we had the same timetable be followed. The course curricula did not reduce, and we continued teaching the student on online platform as we used to do it offline in the classroom. Wherever we had the practical based courses where the practical training was not given, we have adopted various means and ways to skill the students by showing there the different videos where they could learn how to do this particular experiment, different kind of protocols. This is how we adopted the system so that the education system should not suffer.
Okay, So, especially during our journey program, we are visiting in different study destinations, talking with Nepali students, and they are doing very well there, talking about the study in US program, even in Australia, UK, India. So, Noida International University is delivering global standard education. We have already talked about it. So, what are its strengths in terms of facilities, infrastructure, and faculties?
Whenever we talk about the education system, our stakeholders are the students. They are the number one stakeholders. Whenever we want to impart a quality education, first of all, we need to have the skilled faculties in place. That's number one. Number two, lot of support of the management. That's already there. Number three, we need to have the proper infrastructure in place, either in terms of the building or in terms of the equipments to be there in the laboratories, or we talk about the library. So we need to have the latest journals, books, everything need to be in place. The Noida International University focuses through having a proper infrastructure in terms of equipments, well-equipped laboratories, well-equipped library, and the skilled professionals, means the faculty members in the campus, so that if the faculty members are skilled, we can impart a quality education to the students. We give a lot of importance to the research. Like Noida International University has a CII e-center in place, that is Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship. We take the initiative to give startup to the students. When the student comes to its final years, like what I believe into, that in the education system, when we talk of the research, that should start right from the undergraduate level. If we really want the student to be skilled, we have the courses like research methodology right from the undergraduate level, and we give the projects to students at the undergraduate level. So when they come to the postgraduate level, they understand what the research is. If somebody wants to go for the PhD program, then they're trained right from the undergraduate level to the postgraduate level, and then they can easily go for the research. We are very particular when our students are doing any kind of project. We have a proper plagiarism system in place. As you know, in India, the UGC, as per the UGC guideline in 2018, it's become mandatory that the plagiarism means we talk about the similarity index should not cross more than 10%. And Noida International University is very particular about it. Whenever any student is doing any project at the post-graduation level or in the PhD, when they're submitting their thesis or synopsis, we have very stringent rules and we follow that it should not, the similarity index should not cross more than 10%. The advantage of having a plagiarism system in place, that generates the creativity in a student, that they know how to write on their own after understanding a particular subject. So we have a lot of emphasis on these things in Noida International University.
Okay, so talking about the first day experience in Noida International University, how students are guiding at first. Is there any international student service center or like that?
We have the foreign cell in place, where they cater the complete all kind of guidelines to the foreign students. So we have all systems and processes in place. So any student coming to our university is completely being facilitated, taken in care. We have our foreign cell, which is associated with the FRO. So any kind of the problem the student encounters, the university facilitate them. I believe in having the good relationship with all the high commissions of the different countries. As you know, in Noida International University, we have the students more than 40 countries.
Okay.
Like in African countries, we have from Nigeria, we have students from Zimbabwe, Zambia, we have students from, other than African countries, we have students from Africa, Nepal, and so many other countries are there. So when you have all systems and processes in place, I don't think so any international student is unhappy with us. And we give them complete support to them. And one important thing I want to highlight here, that Noida International University believes that when you train the student for education, we have, along with generating the intellectual thought process, we also try and inculcate the spirituality in them through meditation, through yoga. Because you are intellectual, but if there is a combination of intellectuality with the spirituality, that makes you a stronger human being. So I think they are trained in such a way that tomorrow, when they go in the practical life, they should be in a position to handle any kind of situation in life.
Okay, so especially talking about Nepali student in international era, they are doing very well and they are quite happy as well. And most of the students are climbing their scholarship as well. Talking about Noida International University scholarship scheme, how it is useful for deserving students.
Noida International University has its scholarship policy in place. We always support the students, those who are good in studies. I think when we talk about if the student, any student coming to the Noida International University, if they have 90% marks scored, we waive off the tuition fee 100%. Like this, we have the scholarship policy in place. So Noida International University support the good students coming to the university, good in studies. We give them the complete scholarship support to them.
Okay, it's really great initiatives that you are visiting here and group of university are visiting here in Nepal. So what are the future plan to extend plan and marketing strategy here in Nepal?
We have a simple purpose to collaborate with the Tribhuvan University. As you know, we have an evening program where we have the delegates coming from the Tribhuvan University. We are the chief guest of the today's evening is the Professor Prem Narayan, who is a Vice-Chancellor of Pokhara University. So we have the delegates coming from these two, I think, the iconic universities of your country. And we are extending the collaboration for academic and research with these universities, even to have the student exchange program, the faculty exchange program, as well as we can have the faculty development program. Together we can have the collaborative PhD programs also. Like in our country, we have very stringent rules of the UGC that we cannot have a supervisor who is not a full-time faculty of the university. But as the National Education Policy 2020, which talks about the transdisciplinary research, so we can always look for the co-supervisor from your country. We can collaborate in such a manner that we can do a lot of collaborative research together and can get more Nepalese students to our country, make them skilled and send back to your country. So definitely, directly, indirectly, they will take care of both your socio-economic platform.
Okay, thank you so much for your valuable time and thoughts. So finally, before wrapping this show, what is your final message to the prospective students and parents, those who are trying to catch best university in India?
My message to all Nepali students is that Noida International University, providing a quality education, will train you in such a manner that tomorrow when you come out of the university, you be a skilled professional and a good human being. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Avsar, telecasting global opportunities.